Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the Ethereum chart and see what it's doing in the short term. As you can see, this red line right here is the all-time high line for Ethereum, which was set back in the year 2021. About 2 weeks ago, there was a candle that managed to go above this red line, but it could not close above it and instead came back down again. It did set a new all-time high, but this was not confirmed to stay above the red line as the price failed to remain above it for a significant period of time. But the pattern it's forming suggests that Ethereum might break its all-time high and go on to test new all-time highs as soon as next week. As you can see, the MACD is gradually turning green and bullish momentum is returning to Ethereum. At the same time, the structure you see here is a classic one that has happened before, not in Ethereum, but it has occurred in Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was near its all-time highs in 2020. You can see these were Bitcoin's all-time highs. This orange line that you see here, in a rather strange and somewhat unusual way, first goes up, then comes back down. Then it hits a brand new high point, comes down once again, and then finally breaks out and goes up even higher. And this structure that you see here is the one that happened in Bitcoin. What happened in 2020 is now happening in Ethereum, and the waiting period is pretty much over. And as you can see, first it went up, then came down, hit a new high. And again, this is a beautiful, classic and ready structure that looks set to go up. And it's very likely it could break its all-time highs by next week. What's interesting in Ethereum's dominance is that we see Ethereum has a lot of resistance here. There's a resistance in this area and another resistance in this area as well. In my opinion, in the initial move where Ethereum manages to break its all-time highs, its dominance can go up by about 35 to 50%. And on the price chart, you could say that if Ethereum goes up by 35 to 50% from where it is now, it would bring Ethereum to around $6,000 to $7,000. At that point, we need to see what Ethereum does in that area. Usually when Ethereum breaks its all-time highs, it needs to do a backtest on the previous all-time highs, and then it continues its upward move. This is exactly what happened in 2021 as well. You can see here that these were its all-time highs, and when it broke through, it went up and did a backtest. You can see that this backtest here was a classic backtest on the all-time highs, testing them as support. Another interesting thing is that when Tether dominance drops, it's in favor of altcoins. As you can see, Tether had a resistance in this area, and at the same time, it had a short-term trend line that it tested but couldn't break through. Most likely, Tether will come into this area. Here, there's a support level that has been tested several times, and next time, it's likely to break through it. If it manages to break this support, the next area it will go to is here. And this will significantly cause an AltSeason to happen in cryptocurrency. And on the other hand, what's even more interesting is that this is the dominance of coins with a market cap over 10, which is about 8%. And if we bring up the Ethereum chart, I've shown this before, but for those who haven't seen this chart, I'll show it again to indicate when the AltSeason happened in the year 2021. If we drag this down, this chart you see below is the Ethereum chart. And if we carefully draw the all-time highs from the years 2021 and 2018, you'll see that in 2021, when its all-time high was broken, Ethereum broke its all-time high. It went up. Look at what happened in this section. This dominance was at its lowest level, meaning the altcoins were at their lowest point. Altcoins other than Ethereum. And see what happens. When its all-time high was broken in this particular area, that is in Ethereum's next move above its previous all-time highs, it caused an AltSeason to happen, which typically lasts for around 3 to 5 months. And that's why it's very important for altcoins other than Ethereum that Ethereum must definitely break its all-time highs and move higher. And on the other hand, if we look at the total market cap, this is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, we can see that it's close to its all-time highs. As you can see, this is also very important, and I think there's a strong chance it will break in the coming weeks. The total market cap, excluding both Bitcoin and Ethereum, is also close to its all-time highs and is slowly breaking those all-time highs. It can be said with high probability that in the coming weeks, big events will happen in crypto. And I think one of the catalysts for this market could be if the US lowers the interest rate next week, which would cause both the crypto and stock markets to go up. That was our analysis of Ethereum and the overall crypto market caps. And I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And don't forget that trading is never 100% certain. Everything is based on probability. And I am not a financial advisor, and this video is not financial advice. Until the next video, goodbye.